Boris. Hey man, walk with me in my garden while we discuss the day. Gerald motions you ahead. I tried to learn this song on the piano once. Me too. The one playing from the radio in the window up there. Of course, that was before my business failed. The tulips are coming in quite nicely. The first thing the proprietors take are my piano. Gerald kneels down and caresses the petals, attempting to feign ignorance of your words. Boris rests on a black bench amid tulips and chrysanthemums. Sometimes I feel like they knew that was the only thing I needed to live, and that this English government is out to get us gentry. Now, Boris, you know that I have no tie to them anymore. Have you seen the study? Boris adjusts his hat and leans cane on the bird pool next to the bench. I don't read studies anymore. It's all lies once it goes through the parliament. Gerald's fingers dance atop the spines of books in differing arts and sciences. But have you read this one? What are those books doing outside in this garden? It's refreshing to read outdoors. Boris dismisses it with a spout of hot air. Gerald retrieves the Berenstain Bears in the dark. Gerald offers it to you for further inspection. Berenstain Bears? Anthropomorphologication against my morals. Boris thrusts the book back in your chest. Gerald takes a moment to collect himself from such an insult. Animals can't talk, nor can they think. Books capitalizing on this new age lie that they are a tiny bit human, they're inane. If we did indeed have anthropomorphic animals in our midst, I'm sure that they could give us all well-needed lessons in humanity. Boris crosses his legs and rests his left hand on his cane. He removes his hat with his right hand and tosses it into the pool by the edge of the red brick hostel while muttering, "Nothing matters, nothing matters." What has thinking gotten us, Boris? Gerald snatches a tulip from the garden and hurls it to the ground, smashing it with his big toe. Thinking has brought us sorrow. Thinking has brought me nothing. And through sorrow we know what reality can dictate empirically. Gerald rolls the bookcase to its side and kicks it over. Boris stares into the sky, his chin above his eyes because of the position of his head. You know what kept me happy? Gerald rips open his robe and starts shouting a prayer. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, ius Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. What? I was only happy when I made music and pretended there was order to my thinking. Pretend there was order to reality and ignore that everything was random. The syncopation of the notes, the formal writing of the scores on the sheet of paper, the towering staff of music was the only thing successful in distracting me from the dice roll of daily living. Gerald saunters over to join you on the bunch while breathing heavily. Love tore me to shreds, crime made me use my head to hurt those in bed. Family took my humanity, all served with profanity. My young life was insanity. Boris. Now that I've lost my only connection to reasonable thinking, there's nothing more but to swim in this unpredictable air of substance no one can define. Boris plays an invisible piano in front of him and smiles. I can understand your plight, but it must mean something. Boris is humming Chopin's Impromptu and Fantasie. When I was the tender age of 11, my father used to guide me to the barn for my daily floggings. As I sat there nailed at the post with my arms binded, I could see outside through a small crack in the walls. There, among the wildflowers and patches of grass, were the animals of my childhood. Boris hums Chopin's Impromptu even louder. It has to mean something, Boris. With every lashing, Boris gets up and opens his eyes and has an intense look on his face. He continues playing the invisible piano. I felt the distance between animals and I closing. In closing, Gerald stands up. In closing. Gerald clenches a fist before his face. And closing. You see, Boris? We're all animals. Boris starts screaming the notes instead of humming. Gerald grabs you by the shoulders and stares intently at your beautiful eggshell eyes. Boris, I know you hear me. Boris looks surprised. You've been deceived. Childish euphoric reflection means nothing except feeling. Gerald is visibly taken back by your remark, this being neglected in his facial expression as he backs away. You see, Gerald, I lost everything. Everything I needed to know what I am. Boris kneels down before the pond, in which his hat is still bobbing around in. Above the pond, Carol's radio is booming Bach staccato for organ and piano. I don't even know anymore, Gerald. I don't know about Carolyn or Eugene, or even Bradley. I can't understand anything anymore. Boris takes out an Italian 17th century pistol from his back waistband. I can't stand it anymore. No more! Boris, on more, shoots the radio. Silence is heard after the squawking of all the birds dies out. There's nothing, Gerald. Nothing! Boris shoots himself. Gerald kneels at the chilling corpse of his beloved friend and colleague. Gerald, through slightly parted lips, the words spill out, "Not again." Gerald retrieves the feral firearm. Gerald places it against his temple. Gerald cries. Gerald releases the firearm. I am forever cursed to a life of intellectual pursuit. Curtains close.